Becoming Santa Claus really changed my life, and it can change yours too. Wait, you think Santa's just a guy in a red suit, and that being Santa only involves putting on a suit? Yeah. What a lot of people don't realize is that becoming Santa can be one of the most heartfelt, heartwarming, joyous, and enriching experiences you've ever undertaken. It could also be an awful lot of work. Ho, ho, ho! Learn the role. Become Santa. I actually never planned on becoming Santa Claus. The first time I put on the suit, I had absolutely no idea what I was supposed to do. I knew that you smiled, you nodded, you listened to kids, you answered questions. I had no idea what they were going to ask me. I had no idea how I was going to respond, and I was scared to death. You've probably seen that Santa before. Somebody checked out, they're wearing the suit, and that's about it. Maybe even a little annoyed with having to be there. But here's the thing. People, especially kids, remember how the right Santa, not necessarily the one in the fanciest outfit, not necessarily the one with the best beard, but the right Santa, the one that makes them smile, the one that makes them feel excited, the ones that make them feel special. They always remember that Santa. My first year as Santa was kind of hard. I only had a couple of appearances, so I didn't really have a chance to get into the rhythm of it. Didn't have a chance to understand what the expectations were for me. Didn't really have a chance to decide how I was going to respond and what I was going to do. And somehow in the midst of all of that, I still managed to convince people I was Santa. And from then, people just kept saying, "You're Santa." So, after all that, I committed to it. I committed to this role, this calling. I studied. I found places to go. I checked things out. I asked questions. I listened. And I just was open. I learned how to be Santa. Not just at Christmas and not just when I had the suit. I learned how to be Santa. Being Santa is not about pretending. It's not about performing a role. It's about a personal transformation. It's about embodying the spirit of Christmas. It's about becoming a symbol of hope, joy, of unconditional love. That transformation, that growth, that development, that soul searching is what this Payhip is all about. The mall Santa that you run into, or the Santa at the local VFW or community center, that could have been me, or you just showing up and winging it, hoping for the best, hoping you don't make too many mistakes, that you don't upset people, and that more people leave happy than leave a little But what I've tried to do with this, with the series of videos, is help everybody skip the guesswork, skip the wondering. What do I do? How do I respond? How do I handle this? I want to try and answer some of those questions. Try to answer the questions that I asked when I was in your situation. One of the things I've got to constantly reiterate, and I can't stress it enough, is respect the role. You aren't a character in a play. You aren't some one-dimensional character on a stage or in a commercial. You're the spirit of Christmas. Respect that role, and you will see how that role rewards you. It is not about the suit. It's not about the clothes, not about the hat or about the beard. It's about what's in here. It's about the calling. If you feel that spark, that pull, that tingle, keep watching. These videos are for you. Now, every holiday season, sometimes even before then, with Christmas in July and toy drives and toy runs and reading programs at local libraries, I get to do it. I get to be part of it. Yes, I get some paid gigs. Yes, I do a lot of volunteer. I get thank you cards. I get letters from kids. I get people coming back to see me where I am year after year. I've seen the same families for, in some places, almost 8 years in a row. I watch kids grow up. I realize that while I've been making all kinds of memories and having my experiences, I've helped other people do the same thing. 20, 30 years from now, long after I've hung up my hat, somebody is going to take their child or their grandchild to see a Santa, and they're going to hold that person up to whatever standards I've set for them. So these videos are a little way of helping you with the same thing. Meet those standards. Set yours. That's why I created this series, to help you become that Santa that everybody remembers, that everybody goes looking for long after they've wandered into adulthood. That Santa that helps bring back the magic and the memories. So here's how this series works. With 12 dedicated modules and over 5 hours of content, you'll have pretty much everything you'll need to master or begin becoming Santa, because you never really master it. The role itself has an awful lot to teach you, but I've worked on giving you a good foundation to build on and go from. Some of the skills you'll walk away with: building your look. Every Santa is unique. Yes, there is a certain parameter that we all work in: white beard, red suit, ho ho ho, somewhat of a belly. But I'll also teach you how to master your presence. They aren't seeing somebody in a suit. They certainly aren't seeing somebody in a costume. They're meeting Santa, and I'm going to teach you how I've been able to help them feel that. I'm going to teach you how I've been able to become all of that Christmas magic. So, if this video resonates with you, speaks to you, makes you smell sugar cookies or candy canes, or hear the tinkling of sleigh bells, then hit like and subscribe and share it with somebody else. Also, I want to learn how to feel the magic. Then, after you've done that, head over to my Payhip and start your journey into the Christmas magic. Don't just dress like Santa. Don't just act like Santa. Be Santa. So, hop in the sleigh, start your journey here, only on Payhip. Ho, ho, ho!